Hello, welcome to the live stream. Today we're going to be going over how to stretch your upper back. So I'm Greg and we're going to get right into it because we've got 5 stretches to do today. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments or in the chat. So the first stretch we're going to do is for the traps, rhomboids, and posterior deltoid. So all these muscles across the back of your shoulder blade and that upper back. So I consider the upper back anything from sort of the rib cage up to here, not quite going up to the neck and head, but a lot of those muscles attach in this region. So what we're going to do is you're going to bring your arm up where your elbow's at shoulder height, and then using the other hand, keeping your fingers pointed up at the ceiling, you're going to bring your elbow across, pulling on your entire arm. You should feel that between your shoulder blades and that upper back. So we're stretching several muscles as we do this. I like this variation better because I feel like I can get all the way into the back of my shoulder. If I bring the arm straight for the other variation, I feel like it's hard to get all the way into that upper back, into those traps. So that's why I like this one a little bit better. I feel like I can stretch the entire shoulder. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds together. If you have any questions, let me know. And this should not feel painful at all. You should just feel light tension. You should especially feel it in your traps. There's a big diamond-shaped muscle that go all the way from your neck down to the back of your shoulder and then down to your middle back. And same thing on the other side. Fingers pointed up, hugging into your chest. Now you might feel a little tighter on one side than the other. That's normal. We aren't quite symmetrical, actually, even just because the heart is not symmetrical, how it's shaped, your upper body is not going to be symmetrical either because it has to accommodate that, among other things. So you might not be able to go as far on this side and then the other. You should feel the same place though, same stretch in the back of the shoulder all the way to the upper back. Stretching those traps, rhomboids. A lot of people carry their tension in their traps, which are all the way across here and then down into here. So this is a great stretch, especially if you are stressed out working, something like that, and feeling tension headaches. Great stretch to do. So now we're going to stretch the levator, which goes from your spine down into your shoulder blade. So for this, you're going to need a door frame or a wall. I'm going to use a post, but a wall works just as well. You're going to take your hand, put it right on top of your shoulder, and then put your elbow against the wall or whatever you have available. From here, this is the shoulder we're going to be stretching, by the way. This is the levator we're going to be stretching. You're going to turn away and then look down to your pocket till you feel a stretch in that opposite side. So you should feel it in this arm over here, or in this, not arm, but in your spine going down to your shoulder blade. The further down your chin is, the more of a stretch it's going to be. Only go to where you feel tension but no pain. It's another muscle that can get tight as we get stressed. It's a good stretch to do. This one actually not very many people do in my experience, and I think a lot of people can benefit from this levator stretch. Let me know in chat if you try this and you're like, wow, that was tight and I didn't even realize it. Sometimes that's how it happens. You don't realize you're tight there until you go to stretch it and then realize how much tension is there. Just how much tension you've been carrying. Same thing on the other side. We put the hand on the shoulder and elbow against the wall and then turn. We do this to keep the shoulder blade from moving. So turn and look down. Might be a little tighter on one side than the other. Remember, we're not symmetrical. That is okay. Don't feel like you have to force it. Feeling that stretch. Oh, really feel that on this side. And relax. All right, so now here's a stretch for people who really have knotted shoulders and upper back right in here. We're gonna be hitting right between these shoulder blades, okay? So what you're gonna do, I'm gonna drop this camera down just a little bit. So you're going to grab on to your knees with both hands. I'm gonna step back just a little bit more. So grabbing your knees, crossing your arms though as you do, okay? So you're holding on here. From here, you're going to stand up, trying to stand up as high as you can until you feel a stretch in your upper back. This is stretching all the large muscle groups, their traps, especially some of your lats. So you're gonna really try and stand high as you can. You shouldn't be able to stand up completely though, grabbing onto your knees. You should be grabbing the back of your knees almost. Holding this stretch. Should feel really good though, especially if you have tension in this area. A lot of large muscles we're stretching as we do this. So holding that stretch. A couple more seconds. And relax. So that one stretches the entire back up here and also across these ribs right across here. Either of those places. You might feel it more in one than the other, and that's okay. So now what we're gonna do is stretch some of the muscles in the back of the shoulder blade. So some of the muscles that attach right in that upper shoulder blade. So you're gonna put your hand on your hip, then grab your elbow. We're stretching this shoulder blade. So you're gonna grab that elbow and then gently pull in towards the middle till you feel a stretch in that shoulder. You won't be able to probably pull your elbow pointed forward. That's okay. It's a gentle stretch. These are not huge muscles. So don't really crank on your elbow as you're doing this. Just hold a gentle stretch. Feel tension, but no pain. That's always the case. We don't want you to be hurting yourself doing this. If there's pain, back off a little bit. Do a lighter stretch. Don't pull so hard on that elbow. Hand on your waist, gently pulling in towards the middle. Feeling a stretch in that shoulder blade. So this is stretching the teres minor and infraspinatus. Those are muscles that attach into the back of your shoulder blade. They're also rotator cuff muscles. They work at the shoulder, but they attach into that all the way through that shoulder blade in the upper back. Like I said, I consider everything in that shoulder blade region, that upper back, can all get tight, and that's why we like to stretch it. Make sure everything stays flexible and pliable. All right, so we just did for the shoulder blade. We're gonna do one more for the lats. So what you're going to need is a door frame, okay? I'm gonna use a post, but you can do this just as easily in a door. We're gonna stretch these muscles back in here, right in that rib cage region, okay? So you're gonna grab right at shoulder height, and then bring your hips backwards, letting your entire body weight hang off of your arm. You should feel a stretch right here across your rib cage. Again, you're just hanging off of a door frame, just grabbing onto that door, hang out the door. The door frame rather, not the door itself. Don't grab onto the door because then it'll swing on you. If it's easier, you can grab onto your arm with your other arm to give yourself a little more support. So we're stretching primarily the lats, which run from here all the way down across your upper body. And go ahead and switch sides. So I'll show you actually this way so you can see me, what I'm doing. I'm grabbing and I'm leaning back into that stretch. And grab onto your arm with the other arm or leave it down. Feeling a stretch across that upper back, all the way across that rib cage. If you have any areas that you want to stretch that we haven't done, let me know. I think we covered all of it. So we did, yeah, we got all 5 stretches. And relax. All right, so those are 5 stretches you can do. So pulling across, pulling in, holding the door frame, grabbing here, and then the levator. I had to think for a second. So those are 5 stretches for the muscles that attach in your upper back in that shoulder blade area. If you're interested in doing some leg stretching, I have a video right over here for how to do leg stretching. So give that a shot. Let me know how it goes. If you have any questions,